Skill areas. What's inevitably the number one area? You have to have a good shooting touch. You have to have dribbling, ball handling skills. In the open court, at least have a concept of what to do. Bring the ball up as a point guard. You have to have scoring moves. And I'm talking about perimeter moves going to the basket. You have to have post-up moves. You have to have rebounding skills. You have to have advanced defensive skills. I'm talking about level 2. You have to have good passing skills. You have to have great conditioning skills because you're setting the tone physically. And that means getting stronger. You can always get stronger. You can weight train or strength train 2 different ways. You can strength train to bulk up, which will make you stronger, or you can strength train to get more endurance by doing lighter weights and higher reps if you're already big enough. So you have to know which area you need to do, but either area will make you stronger. It'll also make you quicker. You guys realize that? And faster? Strength training is the number one way to get faster and quicker. Why? Because you're putting a Chevy 350 engine into a Yugo is what you're doing. You understand? You're taking a big engine, putting a lot of horsepower under the hood in your body and putting it into a different car. And that's what you're doing. Strength training puts more horsepower under the hood. It will make you faster. Guarantee it. Unlike our point guard and our shooting guard, and also unlike the power forward and the center, you have a lot more to work on, don't you? So you're talking about a very dedicated basketball player if you're going to play the 3. Not just skills, not just basketball skills, not just athletic, but also mental. You're talking about a complete basketball player. The small forward was designed to be the ultimate basketball player, in my opinion. And if you want that position, you need to take responsibility for it. To me, this is the most special position on the entire team because you're the utility guy. You can do it all.
Off-season skill development for a small forward is important because of the fact you play a lot of different roles on the team. Because you're the best athlete, a lot of times you are a slasher, so you have to learn how to get to the basket off the dribble. It's also important with offenses that you learn to attack within the framework of the offense using spot-up shooting, pump fakes, jab fakes. You need to develop all these skills as well as your ball handling ability and your ability to stick the open jumper.
Talk about in-season work. You have to shoot. I think you have to work on driving moves at least a few reps a day. I think you have to work on post-up moves, at least have 3 or 4 post-up moves that you can go to. And I think you have to maintain your strength level. I could almost buy into you shouldn't be strength training during the season if it wasn't for so many players that have done it before you that do it and are very successful. So you have to find the time somehow. Who's going to have the most work in season out of all the playing positions? Small forward. Who's going to have the most work in the off season? Small forward, because you have to be versatile. So if you're going to practice 6 days a week, let's say you're working on dribbling skills, shooting, scoring, strength training, post-up moves, you're going to have to take and do 2 days of each in order to do this right, or 3 days a week if you're going to do double sessions. Anybody ever been through team practices with double sessions? I know you have. You've been through triple sessions. You ever been through that, you guys? It's hard. First day you say, oh, that wasn't too bad. Second day you're going, it's not too easy. We've been doing triple sessions. It's difficult, isn't it? And we haven't been doing sprints and doing all the things for conditioning like you normally would do. Small forward has to have a double session mentality. It's a very special position. And knowing how to play almost every position on the floor, not just for out-of-bounds plays, but for set offenses, for zone offenses, for press breakers, etc. In the off-season, pick your 2 biggest skill weaknesses. Is it shooting? Is it driving? Is it post-up? Skill position weaknesses. You have to strength train. There's no way around it. And this should include some type of regimen for jumping to increase your jumping. Really needs to do that because you have to be so versatile. Now, not everybody's going to even at a 3-position jump and dunk the ball, but you can work on jumping what? This is called vertical quickness. Vertical quickness. Maybe you won't jump higher than the person you're playing against, but if you can jump quicker, 90% of rebounds are received below the rim. If you can get to the ball quicker than them, you're still going to be ahead of the game. Vertical quickness. If you want to improve jumping, you have to practice jumping. If you want to improve your jumping quickness, you have to practice quick jumping. Does that make sense? Like you'd be jumping off. You don't want to be jumping off boxes this high. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That's not going to improve your quickness. You want to get boxes 6, 10, 12 inches high. Work your way up just 2 inches at a time. If you want to start and you don't have boxes, go to steps. Just one level. And just go. And just work on up, boom, up, boom, and down. Just spring as soon as you hit the ground. And you just go to work. But I would do your homework. We always talk to you about being a student of the game, don't we? Be a student of that particular area. There are going to be a lot of different schools of thought about how to do it. Always make sure whatever school of thought you adopt, whether it be basketball skills, strength training, working on vertical quickness, make sure whatever schools of thought that you adopt make perfect sense. If they don't sit right with you, then you have a right to question it. Just because someone published a book or was on a video doesn't mean they know everything about that particular area. It just means they wanted to do a book or a video. Make sense? Always do your homework. And you know we do our homework, don't you? Now, let's go do our court work.